guys, we have today questions and answers. This is a 21 episode and today we have Wednesday. So as usual, we are answering the questions which were asked on the Instagram story. So we have again a lot of very interesting questions related to Vedic astrology. So I will be providing the traditional answers to you, what have been learned in the tradition of Jyotishi. If you're brand new here, my name is rgendarz. This channel is all about Vedic astrology in the tradition of Jyotishi with the analytical research and example-based approach. So now let's see what questions we have in this episode. First is how to see the number of people you date or spouses, business partners and their gender. So the one thing is that you can see the A7 and the Rasi Drishti and the UT on the Darapada. So this will be for the relationships and for the business partners. When it comes to more serious things like marriage, then you can see the nodes, where is the axis of Rahu Ketu in the Navamsha. For example, if the Rahu Ketu is in the 1st or 7, then it's usually one marriage because the 7 is the 1. Maximum, they say you can have 2 if the Mercury and Jupiter are somehow influencing the 2nd house in the Navamsha, because the 2nd house is 8 from the 7, so 8 from the 7 will be the 2nd marriage. Then we have a question about basically Ayanamsha. What is the difference between Western and Vedic houses? This is a question from Lokin.pl. And this is now around 23 degrees. And this difference is called Ayanamsha. We are using, by the way, the Chitra Paksha Ayanamsha. Next question is from Le CD. Scorpio Lagna Mercury in the 2nd house. Is it good for money? So that would be 11th Lord in the 2nd house. Yes, especially because it also aspects the 8th house. But there could be something like living your inheritance, because from the 8th Lord this will be in the 7th house from the 8th house. So it's like leaving or going away from your inheritance. And 11 Lord in the 2nd house is definitely Dana Yoga, so this is supporting the finances, but it could be with some obstacles because this is the enemy sign for Mercury. Sagittarius is enemy for Mercury. What it means when there are no planets in Kendra to Aruda Lagna. So Kendra is about the Rajas from Aruda. Apoklima, which is 3rd, 6th, 9 and 12, these are the tamas from Aruda. So any planet in these houses, like Rajas, Mercury and Venus in these houses, can get destroyed. So Kendra from Aruda Lagna, this is very much support you got from society. So when there are no planets in Kendra from Aruda Lagna, then it can mean that there is no specific pull, there is no specific karma which is making you stick to particular things when it comes to society or any career life within that society and so on. But on the other hand, it is bringing the support, it is bringing the you and you growing, the 1st and 7th houses. So malefics are not the best because they can give you a bad reputation when they influence the 1st house. Also in the 7 may show who is basically opposing you, who is against you and so on. Then we have also a question about Saturn Gochar, Saturn transit. Is it always bad? So I was always saying Saturn is about change because it's Vayu Tattva. So whenever Saturn is having this Sadeshati in 12, 1st or 2nd from the moon in the Navamsha, remember, right? We are already on that level on this channel that we know that we should see the Sadeshati from the moon in the Navamsha because we are the followers of the Nadi, of the Vedic texts, Vedic rishis. So then it means the change. Now, what is the change we are seeing based on the dasha? If the dashas of 7th house can give marriage, of course, all about 8th house can give divorce. So there will be some kind of change. This is like rebirth, reformatting. Many times after some years in the marriage, we are going into a different level. So we could say that whenever Saturn is in the 12th from the moon, then this is a next level we are going there. Our marriage survived this change. We can see that also in the chart. Okay guys, if you like this video so far, please click the thumbs up. You are helping me with this algorithm to make my videos more visible on this platform. And subscribe with the bell notification on for the future videos we are releasing here once, twice, sometimes thrice a week. So you don't want to miss those videos about interpreting the Vedic chart. Now let's go back to this video. Then we have a question from DMNQ86. Is it ever disadvantageous to worship a deity if it's ill-placed? So I would say that for this you need to be careful about the gems and about the tamasic grahas or rajasic sadhana. But when it comes to sattvic deities, then it is always repairing. So there is no way that you will get some bad results from Vishnu sadhana or Shiva sadhana, Ganesha, basically this tattva sadhana, which was started by Sri Shankaracharya, these big deities which are controlling our 5 elements, the Mahatattva. So there is always repair. So in our tradition we are always giving the mantras in Sattva Guna, the Prasiddha mantras, which are repairing. They may not give so quick result and not in the way sometimes we want, but definitely in the long run this is auspicious for you. This is cleansing your karma. You are going up. It's Urdhva Mukha karma, Urdhva Mukha mantras. Now we have video on health, disease and recovery. This is very interesting. Very interesting. So that would definitely involve the Venkatesha Trimshamsa analysis, because when we talk about the recovery, how we can recover, when to take some medicines, then definitely we need the chart. And for the health, we were talking a little bit about the Navamsha also, the 8 and 12. You can always use that for timing. When the planets are activated from these houses, then we can have some health issues. Also very important, fourth from the moon. Remember this video we have of John Stamos? So you can go to this video and there is also some reference to health timing. We have also a question when it comes to Lagna and Moon, what is the difference? So this is very important when we talk about the triad of a soul, mind and the body or intelligence. So the Lagna is basically showing our buddhi, which is intelligence, how we respond, how we interact. This is this Jupiter part of the Lagna. There is also a Mercurial part of Lagna, which is our body. And then we also have the Sun or Atmakaraka, which is showing our soul, or to be more accurate, our spirit, which is something between the soul and the mind. And the Moon and Aruda is basically showing our mind. So whatever is with the Aruda or with the Moon, this is showing our mind. So that is the difference, that the Moon Lagna is more about the mind, and mind is preferences, what we like and what we dislike. And the Lagna is more about choosing, about our choices. For example, if the Lagna Lord is badly placed, then we are making bad choices in life. So that would be the difference. Then we have a question about the 12 from the Aruda Lagna. So I would say that here, just like in having malefics in 11 from Aruda Lagna, Parashara is saying that you may have some kind of illegal means of income when it comes to money. Similarly, if you have a 12 from Aruda Lagna aspected by malefics, then you can lose because of some negative impact. So this is less expenses, but definitely more losses. For example, if you have Mercury afflicted and 12 from Aruda Lagna, you may have some kind of legal issues, expenses. So that would be one way to analyze that. Also, there is a rule about the 4th from a Kala chakra. This is a bit advanced, but if you have a Rahu in 12 from the Aruda Lagna, then it's like having Jupiter on the Aruda. So this is making you going up, Urdhva Mukha again, Sattva Guna, academical life. You want to philosophize. You are asking why. You are the intellectual type, we could say. Saturn in the 12th from Aruda Lagna gives Sun on the Aruda, so you can have government engagement. You may be involved in government. Also, we have another question if a person will work in the government sector. So we have a few points to check. Aruda Lagna normally somehow associated with the Sun is giving you working in the sector of government or spiritual. We have also Amatya Karaka related to Rahu. Moon normally is related to Artha Kona, specifically 6th in the Dashamsa, and 6th has to be stronger in the Dashamsa. Of course, for people who are having the more Raja Yoga, more success, they would need to have the yogas in Rashi, like Simhasana Yoga or Kendra Kona Raja Yoga, or the Atma Karaka related to Putra Karaka related to 5th house, all these important Raja Yogas for this big, higher power positions. But the basic things when it comes to entering the government work, then definitely you need that Sambandha, that association of Sun with Aruda Lagna. Navamsha should also be showing that. And in the Dasamsha, as I said, Moon, normally in 6th house, is related to government work. Or Sun, so Sun, Moon, Rahu for more strategy and so on. We have also a question from Les Sidi about how to know how we meet the partner. So there are, I think, I know around 3-4 rules. Upapada is very important. Now the Upapada house, Upapada is very nice because it shows you can differentiate between various relationships. You may see how you will find first one, second one, and so on. So normally the Lord of Upapada, the sign of the Lord of Upapada, this will show the place. For example, if it's Leo, then it can be on stage or in anything related to maybe mountains also, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. If it's Pisces, it could be hospitals, Sagittarius could be temples. So if you know which places are in which signs, then this can give you a place. Now the house of Upapada shows what you need to do. For example, you have Upapada in 10th house. It may not necessarily mean that you will find a spouse in the work, but there will be some important work-related event which will be very close to that time when you will meet someone. So very often it is person is getting a new job and then is finding a partner. If Upapada is in 9th house, this is the same about higher studies and so on. Now the last question from La Weinstock would be, what advice can you give for someone in the process of becoming Jyotishi? So my first advice would be, you need to have some books, you need to have some classics. This is to get you a vibe, to get you this new perspective, the new language. The language is totally different, how the rishis are seeing the world, how we are now seeing the world. So this is nice to appreciate that there is a whole another perspective. It's not only the tool to give us answers about marriage or career, that is the much higher machine which is showing us our karma and how we can liberate ourselves. So this is the language of the rishis, something on a big higher plane. And this language is also quite interesting, very exotic, and you would not expect some things from the position of planets. It's not always so straightforward and intuitive. So by reading those shastras, you are getting this, oh, this is something complex. This is, you can appreciate the whole thing. Now then you need some commentary to the Shastra. So you need to have some teacher, and like here we have a Sanjay Rath, which is our Param Guru. Then we have his students like Visti Larsen, and people who are trying to give a commentary to what the rishis are giving, because the rishis are giving us the sutras, right? These are some coded messages. It's not so easy. So you need some tradition to get the practical implication, how to do reading, how to get something from the chart. For example, when it comes to Varga, the divisional charts, you don't have many text, you don't have a commentary about what is there in the Shastra. You need to have some tradition, you need to have some teachers to be able to decipher that. I would say that you need this text, you need the commentary, you need to have also the mantra, and do some meditation, some sattvic lifestyle definitely would help to organize that all in the mind, have better memory, to unify this and digest the knowledge. This can be much better when you are in the sattvic thing. So regular meditation can help you to get there. If you'd like me to analyze your chart with the dashas, what yogas you have in the Rasi, Navamsha and the Shamsa, what they mean for you, what you can improve in your life, especially when it comes to health, relationship and career life. Also, if you'd like to get the big remedy for your chart, which is solving the curse, emphasizing the best things in your chart and blocking the negative, then hit me up in the email below and we can schedule a consultation for you. Okay guys, so that will be the end of this episode. I hope these answers are somehow enriching your Jyotish arsenal. Please don't forget to click the thumbs up, subscribe for more, and see you in the next one.